Okay, so we're moving on. We're learning about your luck, the day you're born. Not only the day you're born, every important time in your life, the day you get married, the day you have a child, every single day, that day affects you for the rest of your life. So the time of that day affects every day moving onwards in your life. Something people don't understand. The day is a creation. A minute is a creation. Just like you are a creation. The table is a creation. Which means God created, obviously, everything. We know that every single thing is constantly being created by God. But not only things, but also time is a creation by God. Which is a easy way to inspire yourself not to waste your time. Because if you don't look at time as a thing for itself, so you don't, it's you ask the guy in the street, time is not a thing. Time is a time for me to get something done. But not that it's a thing for itself. In truth, time is a thing for itself. So just like if I would give you a present, a remote control car or something like that, and I'm talking to you, and you would totally not, you would just put it in your shelf and never play with it. I would be offended because I gave you a present and didn't even try it once. So too, Hashem not only gives us objects, He gives us time. That time is a creation. Now, in general, there's 7 days a week, which is Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchus, 7 attributes, which these 7 attributes is not only time, but it's a creation of time, which means there's personality to time. It's a creation. So the first day is a day of chesed, of kindness. Second day is a day of gvura, of strictness. Like we learned yesterday, somebody which is born on Monday, he's a more strict person. It's called a ragzlan. You can say sort of impatient. Then somebody that was born on Monday was actually watching the class, and then he called me after and was upset. What are you, Monday, what's with me? I'm chopped liver? So, yeah, apparently that person was not listening to the whole class because they wouldn't complain. Let's go back before we get to the Monday concept. That person. Monday is a day of Gvura. Tuesday is a day of Tiferes. Tiferes is a combination of Chesed and Gvura, which means mercy. Mercy, the attribute of mercy, comes from both feelings of love and strictness. Comes the idea of mercy, and the Netzach means victorious. It's the next step. It's more of you moving from the way you feel, the way when you act upon it. So those are the 7 days of the week. With those attributes, and with that concept, helped God create what He created that day. So every minute of our lives is a total different minute. It's not just empty time. There's something about the time. And that's why it says, the Alter Rebbe says, that when you learn, you have to have in mind you're learning to connect with Hashem. You're not learning just because you want to know information. There's a purpose in it. You want to connect to Hashem. But every single hour, he says, you have to rethink this. Why? Because every hour, all the good deeds you did go up to Hashem, and you start again, new play. Why? Because every hour, it switches. The time every hour switches, and therefore every hour has a new energy. It's not the same energy of last hour. It says Yud Ke Vav Ke. Yud, Hashem's name is 4 letters. Yud Hey Vav Hey. Now, if you switch it around, Kabbalistically, you have 12 ways to switch it. Every hour of the day is Hashem's energy, but a different order. Of course, it doesn't mean just letters. It means the energy is a broad concept. And then at night, it's Adna. We say Adna, Aleph, Down, Nun, Yud. That is at night. Every single hour, there's 4 letters. It switches, and every night, every hour is a different energy. So time is a real thing. Moving down from Hashem. Until now, we're talking about Hashem has 7 attributes. Hashem has 4 letters of Hashem's first name, Adna, right? Then there is moving down. Angels. We're going to skip angels. Mazoles, planets. In order for Hashem to get energy all the way from Him to us. When you wake up in the morning, you're full of energy. Where did it come from? It came from Hashem. Where did it come from? It came from Hashem. That's why you say Maidani. Nobody's going to debate that energy comes from anything but Hashem. And therefore, anybody with the right mind knows when people, God forbid, die, it doesn't. Their energy, their life doesn't just disappear, because why should it disappear if it wasn't stuck in, it wasn't in a place, it's everybody. You see energy, you know energy is not limited to a place. You know if somebody dies, the energy is still there. The soul is always going to live forever, right? So now when the soul expresses itself in the body and it gets a new energy, where's it coming from? Obviously it comes from somewhere. It's coming from Hashem. But the way it comes from Hashem is through a whole chain. And that's why there's angels, and after angels there's planets, literally in the sky, which the energy which they have is a step downwards till it comes to us. So for example, there's an energy which is ambitious, makes you rich. There's energy which makes you spaced out and trip on a rock and lose a business deal because you're having a bad day. There's a reason why people have good days and bad days. Some people wake up in the morning, you wake up, you're happy, everybody looks amazing. Wow, everything is amazing. Everything everybody says is funny. The next day you wake up, you're in a bad mood. Everything everybody says is annoying. Get bug off. Why? Because the energy that you have that morning is different than the energy you have the morning before. It's a different day. Especially when it's the day you're born. The day you're born, so to speak, when you come out of the womb, even though maybe scientifically there's not such a difference of the second before and the second after. But the Rebbe actually was very pro natural birth. Natural birth, I'm saying, you're born the day the baby wants to come out. You shouldn't make a surgery. Of course, if you need to, right? Because I'm told, the Rebbe said, don't interfere with the mazel. The day the baby's born is the mazel, that moment when he becomes a live human being. There's a debate now regarding abortion, right? When is the baby alive, right? So scientifically, I think we should be against abortion because scientifically, what's the difference when the baby's out and the baby's in? It's the same baby. But Torah speaking, there is a difference. When the baby is in there and the baby's out. When the baby's out, he's a new creation. He's a baby. He's a living baby. And therefore, that second when she comes in the world, he gets energy from a planet. The planet, the stars that own, that control that hour. And his whole life is affected by that planet. So let's go through for the next few minutes. Not only the day that you're born, which makes a difference, like we said, Sundays you're a leader, right? Thursday you're a giver. There's also a difference in the hours that you're born. And we're not going to go through this today, but also it makes a difference if you connect the day and the hour. And back to what I was saying before, the person that was born on Monday, the reason why we're learning this is to tell you that regardless of your bad luck that you were born on Monday, if you think it's a bad thing to be born on Monday, the Torah is telling you this to tell you, hey, work hard. Don't just be a natural lazy bum who sit and wait and just go with the flow. No. Connect to Hashem. Go above your nature. Somebody asked me, he says Hashem sends him, he thinks he's a prophet. I met somebody a few days ago, he thinks he's a prophet. He says, I know something bad is going to happen. I sense it and it happens. So why does Hashem tell me about bad stuff happening? So I told him, Hashem is telling you because he wants you to pray for them. Right? Somebody you're nervous about, somebody that you love. Pray for them. I'm not going to debate. Maybe it's true. Maybe Hashem is giving you a prophecy, but there's a reason for it. He's giving you this knowledge because he wants you to pray for them, to have trust in Hashem that He will take care of them, and then hopefully you'll be wrong. Right? So same too, Hashem, if you think that your day is a bad day, no problem. Work on yourself. It says, there's a saying from the Talmud, the fum gam lo shichana. Compared to the donkey is the package, which means if Hashem gives you a package, He gives you the power to control it. Like the Rebbe was the first one to say special needs. Why special needs? Because the Rebbe said if somebody has a disability, don't focus on their disability. They of course have powers from Hashem to overcome their disability because Hashem wouldn't give someone a struggle that he can't overcome. So let's focus on their powers. There was the soldiers in the IDF which get injured. There's a special program for them. Maybe the Chabad is very into it these days, making trips and everything to help them have a happier life. So they came to the Rebbe, an audience. The Rebbe said, the way that their slogan or their name was injured Sahal members, IDF. The Rebbe says, they're not injured, you're Mitsuyan. You're Mitsuyan, I don't know what the word and how you can say it in English, but it means you're extraordinary. Because not only you went to Tzahal and you saved Jewish lives, you actually have the power to overcome your disability. You have a specialty which we don't have. In these days, I remember, I think Trump said about McCain, made fun of his disability. So he was saying it, according to his mind, if you got hit, you're a loser. Nothing to be proud of. But the Rebbe was saying the opposite. If Hashem gave someone a disability, must be he has the power to overcome it. So if someone's upset he was born on Monday, you have the power to overcome it. Hashem gave it to you. And not only you have the power to overcome it, if you connect to Hashem, we said before, last class, you go way above. Ein Mazel B'Yisrael. You go way above any planet or anything forces controlling you. You are connected to Hashem. So let's move on to the hour. Okay, so we were learning yesterday the days, which is Yeshua ben Levi. It was on his notebook. And then you move on to Chanina, Rabbi Chanina told everyone besides Yeshua ben Levi leave. He told Yeshua ben Levi, it's not the day, it's the hour. So there are 7 stuff, we'll call them, in the sky which control the hours. I'll tell you 2 of them I know what they are. It's the moon and the sun, and the moon and the sun. Those are certain hours in the day. Or there's other hours in the day. There's called the Mazel Chechav. There's Mazel Tzedek. There's Mazel Shapsai. And there's Mazel So we'll go through them and maybe we'll figure out all their names. So, if someone is born in the time of Chama, the time the sun is controlling the planet, this world. So, what is he going to be? So it says Gvar Zifson.
What is that time?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out myself. Gvar, when I'll figure it out, I'll tell you. I was looking all around, I couldn't figure this out. Gvar Zifson means someone which is shiny. Ye'achel Mudelei. He'll always eat from his own stash, which means he won't need to beg from anybody else. V'shasi midalei, he'll drink from himself. V'zoi galion, and he will be an open book. I said this yesterday about the day, but it's really about the hour. If someone is born on the sun hour, he won't be able to hide a secret. Some people have a real hard problem. They don't know how to hide a secret. You don't ever tell them a secret, because even if they won't tell somebody else a secret, everybody will know they have a secret they're hiding. Right? Someone that really knows how to hide a secret, not only knows how to be quiet, but knows how to talk, and you won't know anything. You won't get about the topic they know a secret about, and you still won't understand, right? You're the president. He can talk for hours. You have no idea what he's saying, right? Some people have that talent. Some people, the opposite. They stand in front of you. You know what's going on. So that's the guy that's born in the sun hour. Now we're going to continue about the guy that's born in the sun hour. If he steals, loy matzlach, he won't succeed. Because he won't be able to succeed in stealing, which is a blessing. I mean, he's going to sit in jail, but he's not going to steal. In general, the concept is someone which is born in the sun hour has resemblance to the sun. Haiman de Bekechav Nega, someone that's born in the star of Nega. It's a star, Nega. Nega in Hebrew means light, but it's a star. So Yigvar Atir Vizane Yehe. He'll be a rich person, and he will not be faithful to his wife. Of course, this means he won't be faithful. It means that he'll have evil inclination that will try to pull him. We all have free choice. Every human being has free choice. You can never say, I was born on this day, and therefore I can do whatever I want. Right? It just means that you have a harder struggle, and you have to work on it. Okay. My taima, Mishum de Isyalud Beinura. He was born in a very hot time, in the time of Nura, of light, and therefore he's very heated up. He's very passionate. Haiman de Bekoichav, someone which is born in the time of Koichav. Yigvar nar v'chakim, a person which is smart and radiant. Nar means shiny. Mishum de Safra d'chamahu, because Koichav, this planet, is very always following the sun. So you'll be very close to the sun, so therefore you will be radiant. Haiman de Belevana, you do not want to be born at the time of the moon. Yegvar Savel Marin, he will be a person of pain. Bani V'Sasser, he will build and destroy. Sasser Bani, destroy and build. Basically, his life will be very bumpy. Let's put it nicely. Achal delay, he won't eat from his own stash. He'll be always eating from other people, depending on other people. The shasi delay. V'azoi kasin, and he'll always be able to hide his secrets. Im ganav, if he'll steal, matzlach, he'll succeed. So the moon is exact opposite than the sun. The sun is shining. The moon has nothing to shine. Everything he shines is from the sun. So at the same time, if someone's born in the moon time, he'll always be taken, always be dependent. And then also, this moon is always getting lighter and darker. So that's why his life will always be very bumpy. And it doesn't say it over here, but also the sun. We know every move the sun did and will do forever. The moon changes its path, which means it's not a straight path. It says that in Tehillim. So the point is, the guy which is a moon guy is always bumpy road, always exciting life. Put it this way. People that have successful life, you look at them like, isn't your life boring? Like, what are you gonna do now? You did all your imaginations. What are you gonna do? A guy at the moon he has something to look forward to live for, huh? Okay. Then there's another planet called Shapsai. Someone that's born in Shapsai, also not so good. Yigvar Mashavte Betelin. All of his plans will never succeed. Basically, don't plan anything. Just be spontaneous. These Damri called the Machash Finale Butlin. Oh, but there's another version, which is actually a good one, which means any bad things people think about you will be destroyed. So the first version is that whatever you think will be destroyed, then what people think about you. So there's two opinions over here. Then there's another planet called Sedek. Is a Gvar Tzidkon. He is a very righteous person. Called Sedek means righteous. Amr Rav Nachman says, V'tzidkon b'mitzvahs. He'll be a righteous person in mitzvahs. Then there's one last planet. We went through 7 so far. One last force in the sky which controls what goes down here daily. It's called Maiden. The red thing in this. I don't know what it's talking about, but apparently there's something red in the sky. Mars? Okay, he says it's Mars. Yehegvar Ashidamik. He'll be a bloodthirsty person. Scary, huh? Asa.
I think Mars is the which god is Mars? I think it's the god of war.
So Rashi says, no problem. You're born in the wrong hour. You just behave. Find a job which has to do with blood, which is productive. So he says, he has 4 options. Like someone that's born in the red hour. I think it's actually it's the 6th hour. Is the red hour. The word in the 6 o'clock time. He says you have 4 options. Either you're a thief, you're a slaughterer, or a moil. What would you rather? So if you ever wonder why people decide to become a moil, I would never be a moil ever in my life. Or someone becoming a sheikhet, I for sure would never become a sheikhet. My uncle's a sheikhet. It's because if Hashem would never create anybody in the red hour, in the blood hour, we wouldn't have no meat to eat. Baruch Hashem created people in that hour, and the way they express their productivity is by doing these things. Actually, my uncle, he didn't want to become a sheikhet. The Rebbe told him to become a sheikhet, so maybe the Rebbe saw his hour. Rabba said, guess what? I was born in Maidim. I was born in the time when Mars is controlling, and I didn't do any of these jobs, and I'm totally fine. Okay, so it says in the Torah, we can't ask stargazers about the future. We can't ask stargazers about our personality. And these days, you go every. I'm sure they're all fake, most of them. But they see your hand, they see this, they see that. People want to know what's going to be, who they are. The Torah tells us, don't go to these people. First of all, I'm just saying, first believe in the Torah. When it comes to the Torah, everybody says they have all the best excuses why it doesn't make sense. But this hocus pocus, yeah, this is true, right? But let's say, right? Let's say there's a guy which knows what he's actually doing. Because it says in the Gemara, this is a real thing. I don't know if they exist today, but there are people which actually know how to know these things. They look at the stars. They can tell you what you're going to. So why don't we need to ask these people? So that it says in Torah, Tamim tiyem Hashem lekecha. Means your heart should be complete with Hashem. What does that mean? It means that if you have a complete faith that it's going to be good, that the stars won't affect your life, then they won't affect your life. Hashem will sort of skip the chain. As explained before, the stars is a chain from Hashem to us. There's Hashem, there's angels, there's a whole big chain. And then the energy, before it comes to us, it goes to let's say the sun or the moon or the stars, and then from there it goes into the food we eat, then it goes into our stomach, but really it comes all from Hashem. So when you have real bitachon, real trust in Hashem, it skips all the levels. And it goes straight from Hashem to us. And there's no need to look at the stars. And that's why it says there, don't listen to the stargazers. Stargazers, they tell you, oh, it says in the stars this, it says in the stars that. But we're Jews. We can jump this obstacle course. We go right over. If we have faith in Hashem that He will cause good, strong faith. And the special time for faith and trust is Shabbos. Because Shabbos we can really imagine as if we're getting the food straight from Hashem. It says by the Shabbos table, you shouldn't think, oh, I bought it in Winn-Dixie. How did I have the money in Winn-Dixie? Because I had a credit card. Why do I have a credit card? Because I work. No. When you sit by the Shabbos table, you're meant to sort of imagine, contemplate, as if Hashem is giving you to you right on the table. In other words, the energy comes right from Hashem. And this is the lesson. The lesson is we're learning all these things, but not to tell you, oh, let's not break our head and go read the horoscopes. No. Let's just realize that there's a long, long chain over here. And it's very complicated. So let's jump it. Let's have trust in Hashem, that Hashem will do everything we want. Not everything which is good for us. Everything that we want that is revealed good, that makes us feel good. Even if it's wacky, even if it's being extra rich. And who said, why should you make money? Maybe you could live in a small house. No, Hashem says He wants you to trust Him that He will do what you want, what you feel like. Because He gave you that desire and He could fulfill it. And therefore, if you trust Hashem very strongly, not that He will help you by giving you this and this and this thing, and this and this and this way. If you're limiting Him, Hashem is not limited in your imagination. Trusting Hashem that He will give you the food on the table, He will give you the energy when you want it. Then He'll give it straight to you. Skip all the levels. From Hashem to your table. So, and bless everybody that we should all, I bless myself, that I should actually live up to what I'm saying and realize that all the things that are in life are not worthy enough to get worried about. And when you get worried about it, you're just ruining it for yourself because you're making them be able to affect you. You're empowering them. When you're scared of something, you're empowering it to go against you. When you're not scared of it, you're empowering yourself, empowering Hashem to overcome everything, jump all the levels, and have only good, reveal good, and for all the Jews.
I also say this about the base thing, no?